Stop.
A survivor speaks out.
Stop, truck one. Stop. Stop, truck one.
Just days after a terrifying runway collision at one of America's busiest airports.
Vehicle 98, please show at this time.
And her words are now putting a human face on a tragedy that claimed 2 lives.
No 2603, go around. Runway heading 2000. 646.
Former Dancing with the Stars pro Charlotte Jorgensen is revealing what it felt like to be inside the aircraft at the exact moment it smashed into a rescue vehicle at New York's LaGuardia Airport. The incident unfolded on March 22 when Air Canada 8646, carrying 72 passengers and 4 crew members, collided with a Port Authority rescue truck on the runway, a vehicle that had been responding to a separate emergency. And suddenly, a routine landing turned into chaos. Jorgensen, now 54, had just boarded the flight after what she described as a fabulous weekend in Montreal, unaware that the journey would end in a life-altering moment. A week ago tonight, I boarded Air Canada 8646 bound for LaGuardia, NYC, she wrote in a deeply emotional Instagram post. And then she acknowledged the moment that shocked many. By now, probably most of you have heard of the collision that happened with a fire truck on the runway. A collision that would prove fatal for the 2 pilots at the controls, Antoine Forrest and Mackenzie Gunther. 2 names now being remembered not just as pilots, but as heroes. Jorgensen didn't hold back. They made the ultimate sacrifice so that we all could live, she wrote, calling them 2 brave souls, a powerful tribute from someone who walked away alive. And yet, survival came with its own aftermath, because in the moment, she felt nothing. On the night, I felt nothing as adrenaline was rushing through my body, she revealed. But what followed was far more difficult. The days after have been tough, physically, mentally, and emotionally. A reminder that trauma doesn't end when the crash does. Now back home, Jorgensen says she is taking time to heal, surrounded by support and messages pouring in from fans and from those who know her best. Her Dancing with the Stars family, including actor and comedian John O'Hurley, with whom she finished second in the show's first season in 2005, and even his wife, Lisa O'Hurley, who responded with an emotional message. "Charlotte, I'm so happy you are safe," she wrote, before adding, "These 2 men are heroes." A sentiment now echoed across social media. But behind the emotional tributes lies a chilling sequence of events.
Stop.
Audio from air traffic control capturing the final moments before impact. A controller desperately trying to stop what was about to unfold, shouting, "Stop, stop, stop, stop." And then a haunting admission, "I messed up."
Stop. Stop, truck one. Stop. Stop, truck one. Stop.
Words that now raise serious questions about timing, coordination, and what exactly went wrong on that runway. Because this wasn't just a random accident. A rescue truck already responding to another emergency, an incoming aircraft preparing to land, and somewhere in between, a breakdown that turned deadly. Now, the investigation is underway. The National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, has stepped in, working to piece together the timeline, examine communications, and determine how 2 moving operations collided at the worst possible moment. Every second, every instruction, every decision now under scrutiny. And as investigators search for answers, survivors like Jorgensen are left processing what they lived through. A flight that should have ended routinely, a landing that turned into impact, and a moment that changed everything. Because while 72 passengers survived, 2 pilots did not. And their actions in those final seconds are now being remembered as the difference between tragedy and catastrophe on a much larger scale. A story of survival, sacrifice, and unanswered questions still unfolding on the runway of LaGuardia.
No 2603, go around. Runway heading 2000. 646.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower.
Truck 1 and Company.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, it's cross Florida Delta.
Truck 1 and company, Florida Delta.
Frontier 4195, just stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with vehicle, there's a full position, I know you can't move. Vehicles are responding to you now.
Fuck.
Is the runway closed?
Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000.
Heading 2000, go around, 2603.
Guardian Tower.
Truck 2, runway 4 is closed.
Yes, go on to runway 4 now. If you see on runway 4, you have access.
Tower, car 90, runway 422 is closed at this time.
90, roger.
Guardian Tower, vehicle 98.
98.